One lottery ticket makes a big difference for our state students. And when I say big, I mean bigger than jackpot big. Since 2002, South Carolina students have benefited from more than $6 billion in lottery-funded scholarships and grants, including the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. With every lottery play, you're supporting our students, and that adds up in a big way. That's why education is our middle name. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Wake your ass up, fool. Johnjay and Rich. What's crack-a-lackin'? This is the big boss dog, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom, what you gonna do? Johnjay and Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lassie. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be and in the place to be. And you're listening to Johnjay and Rich. Wake your ass up, fool.
Phone number's 877-937-1047. We got like today and tomorrow, and then January's over. Is it a long January or short January?
I keep seeing all these memes that it's like the 377th day of January, but I feel like January's gone really fast for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. Yeah. You can text us, text JJR, whatever you want to say, to 96893. 877-937-1047. So listen to this. Yesterday, I was very open with you guys that I wasn't feeling well.
Yeah,
right?
You looked a little peaked.
Right, my stomach was something was off, and I didn't really know what it was. I'd never felt like this before. So I went to the doctor. Like I had a real doctor's appointment, not like like I asked my doctor if she could see me. And so I went to the doctor, and she does all that thing where they do the temperature, they put the thing around your wrist or the armband, and do the blood pressure and all that stuff. Right. Then she starts examining me, and I've got the official diagnosis. She was like, okay, so when was the last time you ate? Because, I fast all the time. I was like, well, yes, last night for dinner. She's like, okay. And she's like, what did you eat? And then I told her, and my diagnosis was I overate.
We said that. Oh, my gosh, we're like doctors.
Yeah, it's like you probably ate too much.
Because you eat all the time too much.
I ate too much between the period of 3:30 and 5:30 because we were getting a drip, and I didn't get out of the drip place till 3:30. I didn't get home, and then I just ate so much food that I think I was about to explode.
Boy, but you can eat. I've seen you eat like lots of food before. This must have been a world champion run.
It was a lot of food within a 2-hour period. Like something didn't feel right.
I've seen you tunnel a whole Costco pie during a commercial break and have no effect at all.
That's a piece of cake.
I've seen you do
piece of pie.
like entire boatloads of sushi, no problem. And for some reason.
Well, it was different types of food in a 2-hour period. I mean, I had several meals in a 2-hour period. But it was uncomfortable. And then yesterday, a little life hack for you. I went hiking yesterday. I had 2 meetings yesterday, then I went hiking. And in between, after my doctor's appointment, I had a little bit of time to kill. So I went and got a spray tan, right? Word to the wise, don't spray tan, then go hiking.
Yeah, why would you do
you
that?
sweat afterwards. Everyone
You're
knows
not
that.
even supposed to shower after you get a spray tan.
Yeah, well.
So do you have like drips of sweat along?
All over my back and down my front side. Oh, it's because I wasn't going to.
Look so gross.
It was either that or not get a spray tan. So I thought I'd take a chance and see if it would work.
You couldn't have gone after the hike?
No.
Or you couldn't have gone today?
No, I couldn't do it today. There's no way.
He's too busy.
Yeah, no
I
time
mean,
today.
your face does look nice and bronzed.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, good, because then I went, and then you have to wait 8 hours before you rinse, but I waited 4 hours, and I jumped in the hot tub, and I thought it was going to come out.
Rules don't apply to Johnjay Bennett.
Yeah. And then, though, it's like you do it all wrong, and then you wonder why it doesn't look good or why it's not working. It's like...
Oh, that's very Johnjay.
I didn't say it didn't look good.
Is your hot tub water all tan now?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked yet. But anyway, it was crazy. So, Rich, let's get into this server that you say loves your wife but hates you.
Okay, so I don't want to say the name of the restaurant because I want to be able to talk about them freely. But I would say there's maybe 4 or 5 places that my wife, Stacy, and I go to a lot on dates. And I used to be, before I got married, the guy that everybody says hello to all the time. But now that there is Stacy, everybody says hi to Stacy first. It's almost like I'm an afterthought. And rightly so. She's, delightful and stunning and all that. But there's this one server at this one restaurant that we generally get most of the time. I think her name might be Molly. Molly loves my wife so much that we'll come in and we'll sit down and she'll hug on her like, it's so good to see you for a good 10, 20 seconds. Well, I've started noticing that Molly always gets my order wrong, so I'm always eating late. And I think she's doing it on purpose because she likes my wife and she doesn't like me. I think she overlikes my wife and she doesn't like me. So as it happens, we went on a group date. We went on a date with a couple of friends on Friday night. So I tell the couple that went with us, watch it when we have dinner. I bet you she gets my order wrong. I bet you she hugs on Stacy, and you need to be my witness because I think I'm making it up at this point. And everything just the way I called it happened. Like everybody got their food and mine wasn't ready, and I ordered like the same thing that they ordered, like whatever salad. Everybody else got mine just wasn't ready, so I just kind of waited and hung out while everybody ate. Like the drink was wrong. She came over and she hugged on Stacy.
So what does that mean? What is that? What do you? Because if it was a guy waiter, I thought when you said server was like a guy that was into your wife. I kind of like, oh, okay, I get it. But it's a girl, like what?
Is Molly into
Oh, yeah.
Like, is Molly trying to come for your girl?
Seems like it. So what do I do?
Richie.
Do I go, hey, I need my order and I need to step off my best gal? What do
You
I
need to not go back to the restaurant.
No, I will go
There's
back
lots
to
of restaurants out there.
I don't know. This is pretty good. I mean, they got good stuff.
You're not going to be saying that when Stacy's walking out with Molly.
Yeah.
What I started doing is I'm telling Stacy what I want to get to eat, so she orders it, so then I get my food. That's my plan. I just don't want to have my order messed up. But yeah, I think she's way into her. Way into her.
That's funny.
And Stacy thinks it's hilarious. She doesn't think it's like, oh, isn't it great? Because she's getting all the love and affection. So I don't know. I don't know what to do.
So Payton, you said, I've gotten to the age where I only want to...
Hang out with my boyfriend and my little brother. I've gotten there.
Is that an age?
I think so. I feel like it's a mature thing of me. Like, I don't want to be out in the streets with my homegirls. I want to be with my man and my little brother and have margaritas. I don't know.
But
do you have plans this weekend with any friends?
Nope.
Nope.
And I haven't really had any plans with my friends in a couple weekends.
Really?
And I love them. We talk all the time in our group chat, but I just don't.
you want to go out?
Didn't you just do a party bus?
That was with my cousins. That's different.
Oh.
Yeah.
But if there was something happening like in Old Town this weekend with your girls, you wouldn't want to go?
Absolutely not Old Town. Oh, no.
Or wherever,
I was thinking
downtown.
more like a girls' brunch or something.
I would do a girls' brunch. That'd be fine. But the thing is with my friends is like some of them are single and like they want to go out after the girls' brunch. I don't want to go out after the girls' brunch. I want to go home.
That is probably an age
And I
thing.
feel like I'm getting just a little bit more mature. I don't want to be in the streets anymore.
Just entering a different chapter of your life.
Did something happen yesterday where you were like, oh, yeah, I feel this way?
Well, so I was out at dinner with my little brother, Jalen, and I'm just sitting there talking to him, and I'm like, this is just so much. I don't feel like I have to, like, put on a front. I don't feel like I have to act. I don't feel like I have to perform. And I feel like I have to do that a lot when I'm with my friends. Because I'm the funny one in the group, you know? So I got to crack the jokes.
So
and it
you're
gets overwhelming sometimes.
Do you ever get annoyed with your brother?
Lately, not really, no.
Because if I'm with my sister, it's just a matter of time before she's on my nerves. And I'm on her nerves.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you're on her
Yeah, I'm on her
all the
nerves.
time.
I'm sure I annoy my brother like no other, but
Like if my sister said to
I
me,
like
I'm at the age now where I just want to hang out with you, I'd be like, oh, no.
But what I like about what you're saying, Peyton, is you're still about getting the drinks. You just want them with eggs. You don't want to do it later in the day.
yeah,
So I got that.
exactly,
Sure, that's
exactly. And I love my homegirls, and I'll go and see them and hang out with them. But yeah, like I said, I'm just not trying to be in the streets.
Okay. I always give out our text number. You know, you can text us. You text JJR, whatever you want to say, to 96893. Look at this text. It's from a 503 number. It says, because, you know, we were doing confessions for Morgan Wallen tickets, calling for Wallen. I have 2 great confessions that are sex-related, so they may be better suited for the Afterwards podcast. I don't want the tickets. I just want to entertain you guys with my stories.
Ooh, that's
Amazing.
Ooh, so maybe we'll get a hold of this person. Johnjay and Rich, you had way too much fun with the phone screening today. Classic John.
Yeah, I liked how before you patched him through, you played the production, which was just you.
Johnjay and Rich, if Johnjay wants to get his 10,000 steps a day, tell him to become a middle school teacher. I've gotten 10,262 and it's only 4:30. On Sunday, I decided just to live my life normal and not try to get 10,000 steps. By the end of the day, I only had like 1,500 steps. Like I would call that sedentary.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway, so shoot us a text. Text JGR, whatever you want to say, to 96893. Kyle, what's coming up with 3 things we need to know?
a simple way to deal with decision making that actually could save your marriage. I'll fill you in next with Johnjay and Rich.
Call the show and join the fun. 877-937-1047.
Kicking it with Johnjay and Rich.
Kyle and Fug with 3 things we need to know.
An American Airlines plane carrying 64 passengers collided mid-air last night with a Black Hawk helicopter near the D.C. airport area. Last I saw, they had recovered 27 bodies pulled from the Potomac River. I knew I was going to get that wrong. It's a hard word to say, but from the Potomac River. At this point, they say they are confident that they will be able to recover all the bodies, but no survivors are expected from this. Flight tracking sites, as we try to figure out what exactly happened, say that the American Airlines plane had adjusted its approach to head to a new runway. Flight air controllers were on with the helicopter asking if they could see the flight, and they heard nothing back from the pilots of the helicopter. So as of this morning, it seemed as if the American Airlines CEO sort of placed blame on the Black Hawk helicopter, saying, I don't know why they were even in that path. And then someone from like the National Board of Transportation said both planes were on regular flight paths. So it's kind of a mystery at this point that they're going to have to obviously investigate further, but just such a tragedy because how many countless lives are literally going to be gone, you know what I mean? And how many families are going to be impacted by this?
Yeah, and what's so heartbreaking about it is like those families were probably waiting to pick them up from the airport. You know, like it's just so heartbreaking. I saw that news yesterday and I just got so choked up.
I heard an interview with a husband whose wife was on that flight. Did you hear that interview?
Yeah.
He's like, I just hope they're looking for her body right now in the river. I was like,
it's just
my
such
God.
a sad thing. Like, that's the reality of the situation right now.
So sad.
So sad. But yeah, like I said, they're going to have to investigate it to figure out what exactly happened. Now, when it comes to decision making, they say you could save your marriage with one simple rule: the 2 yes, 1 no rule. Next is really funny because my husband and I do this, and we joke, like sometimes when one person really wants something and the other doesn't, that we're just going to bypass it. But the 2 yes, 1 no rule is basically like for any significant decision, you say both of us need to be a yes for this to happen. If one of us is a no, we have to discuss it further. Either you have to convince me, I have to convince you, or we just come to the realization that this is not what's good for us as a whole. Get it? Mm-hmm. It actually works pretty good.
Example? Like, hey, we want to buy this car.
So,
No.
okay, I'll give you an example. 3 years ago at Love Pup Family Fest, Addie and I
the dog.
fell in
You bring
love
up that dog a lot.
with a dog named Millie. We loved her so much. And I FaceTimed my husband and I said, look at our new puppy. And he said, absolutely not. 2 yeses, 2 yeses. And I was like, 1 yes? Addie says yes too, so that's kind of 2 yeses. And he was like an absolute no. He's like, Daisy's an only child, like an only dog. Like she doesn't actually get along with other dogs. So he would worry about like what that would happen. Anyways, that was a situation in our marriage where the 2 yes rule came into play.
But the fact that he
didn't end up getting the dog.
He has to say to you, 2 yeses, 2 yeses.
Yeah,
like, that's the rule.
because I was about to come home with that dog. But it could save your marriage because he probably would have been really angry. But then he would have fallen in love. But it's fine. So consider that if you've had trouble arguing over decisions, 2 yeses is the way to go. There are some really cool freebies that you can take advantage of when it comes to the big game. Applebee's has a free 20 boneless wings that you can add to any mobile or pickup order. You could just use the code SBWing25. 7-Eleven, they're doing like a buy one, get one free on pizza deal. Little BOGO deal for the big game. And I think this is like the 6th or 7th year in a row that they're doing this. If the game goes into overtime, you can redeem 6 free boneless or traditional wings at Buffalo Wild Wings the Monday after the big game. So it's kind of fun. Like if you're not into football, at least you could be like watching for that.
Mm-hmm. Watch for the wings.
Watch for the wings. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Speaking of watching, what are you watching on TV, Kyle?
I actually started Dexter Original Sin this morning.
Oh.
I know. Well, so I'm like right in the middle of The Night Agent. I don't know. It's kind of cheesy for me. So
very cheesy.
I don't feel the need. Like I don't feel like I have to finish it right now. So then I started the O.J. Simpson trial documentary that's on Netflix. And that's pretty fascinating. But also like I kind of know the ending to that.
Right.
Yeah.
So this morning I'm like, what am I going to watch? Do I finish the documentary? Do I go back to Night Agent? I'm like, no, I'm starting Dexter Original Sin. And I'm so glad I did. Like,
Really?
I got 1.5 episodes in, and I really like it so
And that's
far.
on Paramount?
Paramount Plus.
Okay.
I know. It's so annoying.
Oh, good. I'm so glad because I love that whole
Because,
thing.
like, what I enjoy about it is it has elements of the original Dexter series.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael C. Hall is actually in it in the very first scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's the voice. He's still the narrator of the show. And they're just doing right by the storyline.
Well,
Oh, that's good.
let me tell you this. I am trying to finish Night Agent, and that's all that I'm focusing on is Night Agent. And it's hard because there's so many things where you're like, that's so stupid. That wouldn't happen. You know what I mean?
I know.
And so,
Like,
but I'm trying to, it's number 1 on Netflix. I'm trying to get, but I did download all of the Recruit season 2. It came out today. Yeah, so there's that. Payton, what's the vibe for predictions today?
I'm going to tell you why your zodiac sign would get canceled.
Call us at 877-937-1047. Ooh, that's a good one. Good morning, Ruby.
Hello.
Hi,
I'm a Taurus. I think you guys know this.
Okay. Did you know that Ruby's a Taurus?
Oh, okay, Taurus. I got you. Okay. Ruby, the reason a Taurus would get canceled, you would get canceled for something like low-key bad. And instead of apologizing, you would just be like, it is what it is. And then you're going to double down and refuse to acknowledge the drama. So the reason for your cancellation is ignoring the backlash and going on with your day. And comeback potential is low. You'll only be forgiven if you, pretend to care.
Oh, my God. That's such a lie.
I'm sorry, Ruby. I know. But my Taurus, you guys are bullheaded, so.
Oh, okay. I believe it.
All right, Ruby, have a great day. Thanks for
you.
listening. Hey, Shanae.
Yes. How y'all doing?
Hello.
Shanae the Gemini.
Geminis, you said one thing in private and another in public, and now somebody has screenshotted everything. And Twitter is having a field day with your contradictions, and it's not looking good for my Geminis on when you would get canceled. The reason for your cancellation is you have too many personalities and too many opinions. Your comeback potential is high because your ability to talk your way out of trouble is elite.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good one. Bye.
Hi, Shanae. Hi, Crystal.
Yeah, I'm here.
What's your sign?
Scorpio.
Okay, Scorpios. The reason you would get canceled. So you got called out, and instead of apologizing, you went full villain arc and started digging up dirt on the person who exposed you. And being messy is in a Scorpio's DNA. So the reason for your cancellation is you take things way too personally, and your comeback potential is high because some people love a good villain.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Crystal.
Wow.
What do you got for Pisces?
Yeah, Rich is my Pisces in the room. Rich, you got caught being messy, and instead of owning up to it, you started crying and guilt tripping everyone, and now the timeline is exposing you for being manipulative.
Oh, yeah.
So the reason for your cancellation is acting innocent while stirring the pot, and your comeback potential is at a medium level because you'll convince some people that you were misunderstood.
Don't be exposing my game. That's my game. That's what I do. That's what all Pisces do.
Stephanie, hi, what's your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Okay, and we are in Aquarius season. So, Aquarius, you were trying to educate the masses, but instead you came off as superior and insufferable. So now people think that you're that annoying person who explains things that no one asked for. So the reason you would get canceled would be acting like the smartest person in the room when you're not. And your comeback potential is low because you're going to insist that you did nothing wrong.
Yeah, sounds like me.
Thanks, Stephanie.
These are all
Thank
real
you.
good.
Yeah, aren't they fun?
Yeah.
Rachel, good morning. What's your sign?
A Cancer.
Okay, my softy Cancers. It started as a cryptic post about certain people ruining your life, and now the whole timeline is dragging you for being messy. You were not prepared for the clapbacks that you're going to get, so the reason for your cancellation is you overshared to the point of public embarrassment, and your comeback potential is medium because you're going to cry, delete everything, and then people are probably going to forgive you for it.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, Rachel, have a great day.
Oh, thank you.
How about Virgo?
Yeah, Johnjay Virgo, you thought you were just keeping it real, but turns out you just hurt someone's feelings really bad, and now you're public enemy number one. Try sugarcoating things a little bit next time. The reason for your cancellation is harsh criticism that went too far, and your comeback potential is low, and you're going to spend weeks analyzing how it happened.
One time I was like 18 or 19, and I was playing in a game, like a volleyball game, and I made a comment to somebody, and they got so mad they left. And my friend, who was 20 years older than me, he goes, you have no couth. And I was like, I still don't really know what that means, but I feel that it fits into what you just said.
Yeah, probably.
Which is also a Virgo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, how about Libra?
Libra, a scandal broke out, and instead of picking a side, you hit him with the both sides have valid points. So now you're being dragged for being a spineless people pleaser. Reason for cancellation, sitting on the fence for way too long. Your comeback potential is medium, and your charm might save you yet again.
I do feel like you have to see both sides.
Nope, you're getting canceled for it, Kyle. Pick one.
Dang it. Okay.
If you missed your sign, you want to know why you're going to get canceled? Go to johnjayandrich.com. It's all posted up there right now for Payton's predictions.
Johnjay and Rich.
Sydney sent a text about the things that annoy us. What annoys you, Sydney?
Hey there, can you guys hear me?
Can hear you perfectly.
Awesome. I'm on speaker. Let me take you off. I know your pet peeve is that.
No, but now it sounds good. You sound good, though. You're one of the few speakers.
Speakerphone because of you, Johnjay.
Okay, so my biggest pet peeve is when someone sends me a text and they're like, hey, can you call me? No. You can at least give me some context as to why I'm calling you, because I'm not about to get into a live conversation and have no context of what I'm talking about, especially because I've had a phone since I was 8 years old. It's 2025. I wasn't trained for this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not no. That doesn't work for me.
I feel that.
And you're already texting me. At least say, hey, I want to talk to you about the schedule or something, you know?
Right, because then you get caught off guard, right? If it's a call me text and it's bad news and you don't even know what to say. You don't
Or
even
if
know
it's
what to think.
asking you to commit your time and you don't have time to think of an excuse to not do it.
Right.
When
Yeah,
people
and my whole life, I've had time to prepare a response via text, and no, I can't do that.
The only time that's ever really bothered me is because nobody ever says text me and says call me. To me, they don't personally. But we had a boss that would text, can you call me? And I would just get sick to my stomach. I'd be like, oh, God, why is this guy asking me to call him? What?
It was never good news
that,
anyway.
It was never good news, and he's not here anymore. Thank God. May he rest in peace. He's still alive, but he's just not here.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, also, I've noticed this segment has made me realize that I'm a complete hypocrite because I do just about all of the things that annoy me to other people, but it's okay when I do it.
I think that's fair.
That's how life
That's fair.
works.
We're all guilty of that.
The rules don't apply to us because we can handle it.
All right, Sydney, you're hilarious. Have a great day. Thank you for listening.
Thanks, you too. Christmas wish.
Merry Christmas wish. Christmas wish. All right.
Bye.
See, she sent a text. She texted JJR. And whatever she wanted to say about that to 96893, you can do it too. Rich, what do you got for life hacks today?
Well, before you get dressed for work, the hack to wearing the right color to put across the right message.
Also, we got Morgan Wallen tickets. Keep listening. We might give away more than one pair today. Keep listening. Morgan Wallen, Stacks and Hacks coming up next.
Good morning. Wake up every morning. Start your day with Johnjay and Rich. I wake up with my favorite artist. And so that it's Billie Eilish.
It's Teddy Swims, and you're listening to Johnjay and Rich.
Stacks and Hacks. I have stacks of information. Rich has life hacks. This is, you know how, you know what a guillotine is?
Yeah.
France was executing people by guillotine up until 1981. Doesn't that seem kind of recent?
Yeah.
That's the off with your head.
Yeah, in the streets, or they have some. That's weird that they would still do that.
A study found breakups are harder on men than they are on women. It's because guys tend to rely on their partner for most of their emotional support they get, while women also get it from their friend groups.
I feel that. Also, I feel like the men don't think we're ever going to leave until we leave.
Bye.
Okay, so
See ya.
here's something to do during the Super Bowl that sounds kind of cool. Twix has announced a contest that's running during the Super Bowl where viewers go to Twix's website during every commercial break and they compete in a staring contest. One winner will actually win 2 gold bars.
Oh, wow.
A real staring contest. That sounds so fun.
Yeah,
do you ever do
does.
that? I used to do that with my sister all the time.
Yeah.
40-year-old man in Tennessee was caught after allegedly breaking into a home last week and trying to steal their toilet. The crapper was new and still in the box, but the thief was caught and arrested. I have the healthiest meal in the world. It says, you want to try the healthiest meal in the world? And Nutritious in England claims this is it. But I don't know how to pronounce some of the words. You start with labneh cheese, roasted tomatoes and broccoli. For the main course, citrus mackerel salad with fennel. And for dessert, tofu chocolate mousse with blueberries.
Well, that sounds good.
Doesn't sound like the healthiest meal in the world to me.
It's got to be the combination of, whatever, the combination of foods makes it healthy. And then they throw in a little chocolate.
3 idiots stole a subway train in New York City, took it for a joyride, and posted it on social media. The police are looking for them. That's pretty wild to steal a subway. Oops. Hold on a second. My papers are stuck together. There are a lot of common things that people find disgusting, yet they still do it. So they went online and BuzzFeed asked people to name things that are perfectly common things that some people find disgusting, but other people don't think twice about.
Smoking.
Dirty keyboards.
Yeah.
Greasy phones, greasy laptops, greasy cabinet doors, greasy fridge doors. You think about it, you just kind of have it, you just kind of deal with it, right? Eating cake after someone is blown all over it.
Oh, my gosh.
When you really think about that, it's so gross.
My nephew's 7, he's 4, and he loves to blow out the birthday candles, and we have to remove the piece of cake because he spits over all of it, and it's so gross.
Sitting in a now warm seat that someone just sat in.
Ugh.
That's gross when you do go to the toilet and they do that.
Yeah.
Empty glasses of milk with a little bit that's left behind. Random hair. Eating runny eggs is gross. When people wear dirty shoes on a couch or bed, I do that all the time. Toddlers with food on their face and the feeling of lotion or moisturizer on their skin, they say is gross. Hey, Rich, what do you got for life hacks?
Kyle, you dress well. What would you say is your power color? If you want to, go to a meeting and you go, I want to feel powerful, what is your power color?
Red or black?
Red or black. That is actually correct. Black, mysterious and powerful. Red, it jacks with the nervous system and makes you feel dangerous and makes other people go, that person's powerful, but don't mess with them. So if you're going into work today and you want some power on your side, red or black. Now, if you want to make you seem like maybe you're a little bit more innocent, wear a little bit more white. Johnjay is wearing purple today. That means that you want to feel prestigious or prestigious.
Oh, really? No, that's cool. That was my motivation. My motivation was my hoodies are in the trunk of my car. This was in my closet.
I've been seeing a lot of new hoodies out of you the last 4 days.
My trunk of my car is full of hoodies, and the back seat is now full of hoodies.
You need to transfer them back into the house.
Eventually, I figure I'm just going to wear them all.
In rotation.
You need to do a try-on haul with all the stuff in your trunk.
A try-on haul?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Make a video and be pull it out of the trunk and be I got this jacket from blah, 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 and then show it to us and then go to the next one. A try-on haul.
That's kind of fun. Now, Payton, you have a few colors. You have green, you have blue, you have red and black. Okay, so this is what you've got going on for you today. Yellow makes you seem optimistic, so I'll say the gold is the optimistic. Okay. Blue people, when you wear blue, people find that you're trustworthy. Green makes people around you more relaxed. So you've got it all going on today.
Look at me. I'm on top.
You are kind of a balancing, force of nature today. Thanks. So if you want to see that list, it's all up at johnjayandrich.com.
Hey, Samantha, good morning. Samantha.
Good morning.
Hi. What's going on?
So I'm calling a secret I never told anybody that's super embarrassing. It was my brother's wedding, and that morning I had a test for my job, start my new job, and I'm very nervous when it comes to testing. So I ended up throwing up. I was terrified. I thought I was going to fail, and ended up passing. Pack up my kids, get them ready. And that's a whole job, getting 3 kids ready, especially when you're dressing them up. Get my husband ready, get myself ready, start the 2-hour drive to my brother's wedding. And we're about an hour and a half into the drive, and I throw up again. And that's when I realized, when I had to go to the bathroom as well, that this wasn't nerves. I have a stomach virus. At that point, we couldn't turn around. We get to the wedding. I held my sickness in the whole entire time, but by the time we get to the parking lot and start driving out, I ended up throwing up all over the parking lot. I was hanging out my window, and as I'm throwing up out my window, it's coming out the other end in the car as well.
Oh, you poor thing. That's terrible.
Yeah, so not only was it embarrassing that my husband witnessed that, every single person at that wedding got sick. My brother, his new wife, they couldn't even go to their honeymoon. They were so sick.
Oh my God!
So sad.
Oh my God! Okay, hold on. That is an embarrassing story.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now you wanna get mixed up in the family business?
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather, now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21+. Terms and conditions apply. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
We've all done it. You see a headline but don't have time to read the whole story, or there's so much news you're not sure what is worth your time. I'm Colby Ekowitz, co-host of Post Reports, the weekday afternoon podcast from The Washington Post. Post Reports brings you what's relevant and revealing. Breaking stories, politics, wellness, culture. Each episode goes beyond a headline for the context you need. Find Post Reports now, wherever you're listening.
Broadcasting live across the world right now. This is the Johnjay and Rich radio program.
Hey, check out our YouTube channel. In fact, something really cool, like right when the show's over, we broadcast the whole show on YouTube, so you can watch it live, us in the studio. So go to YouTube, search Johnjay and Rich, and you can watch us. Hey, Tara, you have an embarrassing story?
I do. I definitely do.
What happened?
So, I'll just say I felt like it was the safest option at the time. So in 2021, we had a bad snow and ice storm, and I attempted to drive to work. The first day, nobody was driving. The second day, roads were clear. People were driving. I was like, I can make it. Well, I did, but I didn't. My car didn't make it. So I started sliding. I was coming to a red light, and it's kind of a downhill a little bit. And as I started sliding, I panicked, and my light was red, but the other light was green. So, and the traffic that was coming to and from could not see me. I couldn't see them. I didn't know if there was any vehicles coming, and I could just imagine my car getting slammed and hit really hard, right? So I felt it was safest I jumped out of my car.
What? Like, how fast were you going?
Oh, it was sliding. It wasn't sliding real bad, but like when it started going downhill, it would have, and it did. Whenever I rolled out, I was hardly moving, but once I rolled out, and I stood up in my car, it rolled across the main road and into a pawn shop parking lot.
Whoa.
Wow.
So did it hit anybody?
No, it hit one of his cars. It dented it a little bit, but...
So the embarrassing part is people come out going, why'd you jump out of your car?
We were trying to save yourself.
Yeah, but...
I called the cops. The pawn shop wasn't open yet, so I called the cops, and they were like, you did what?
Aren't you kind of lucky that your car didn't slide over you when you were jumping out of the car?
Oh, yeah. A lot of people were like, your car would have ran over you. I was like, no. So it was sliding sideways, and at the point where I had rolled out, it wasn't quite downhill yet. It was still kind of a, straight part of the road.
Mm-hmm.
She might have jumped out way early in this collision.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good one, Tara. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
So, Payton's a coach, right? And there's all kinds of coaches. There's basketball coaches, and there's baseball coaches. There's talent coaches. There's relationship coaches, love coaches, all kinds of stuff. But there's a coach Rich has I've never heard of before.
Yeah, like a finance, a money coach.
I've never heard of that, and you have one.
I just recently got one because Stacey and I are newly married, and we're trying to figure out how to combine our incomes and pay for household things and who pays for what, if we want to keep our own separate things. And I found that every time I had a discussion with Stacey about it, it would get just a little bit tense, where maybe we don't agree on anything. So I'm like, you know what? If you had a problem, like an emotional problem, you might go to a counselor. Surely there's a money counselor for couples. And that's kind of what it is. Do
you think it's mostly people that are in second marriages and stuff?
I actually hired her for my whole family. So my kids are going to learn how to save and budget and all that stuff too. So really what you learn how to do is budget together. So Stacy wants to go on a vacation this summer. So instead of us just throwing it on a credit card, we'll be saving for it. But it's like a discussion that you have together, which a lot of people can have on their own. For whatever reason, Stacy and I don't communicate that way.
That's like a really important life skill that I like. They don't teach that in school.
No, they really don't. So we sat down, and I honestly was thinking that the money coach was going to go off on Stacy for ordering DoorDash too much. That was going to be the big budget, and I'm the problem. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
Yo, what do you do?
So I am charged with taking $150 a month out of my budget, and you know what it all is? It's all vitamins that I order on auto ship that now I've got a whole closet full of, but you can't take them all at the same time. So I went through my list of Kappa protein powder, athletic greens, Protandem. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what Protandem is, but I order it every single month.
I heard athletic greens are good, but expensive.
They are pretty expensive. Wow. So now I have enough packs that I should be able to make it through at least the end of the summer. And I'm not kidding. Just cutting that in the apps that I don't use, like I am not attending the Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy online. I'm not doing singing lessons
Thank God
online.
for us.
That was $18 a month. And I cut through some of the meat vitamins, the whole package that Grant told me about. Those vitamins.
Meat vitamins?
Oh, yeah, I remember when Grant was on that tip.
The organs, animal organs.
I got plenty of those.
You're off the bull test?
I'm off the bull test.
Are you still doing that, Grant? Are you still doing that? Remember,
no, it was way too expensive.
That was like a 5-day phase you went through,
No,
wasn't it?
I literally took 3 bottles of beef organs for probably a month, and then I just was like, I don't feel any different.
But meanwhile, Rich, you had it on auto ship?
So, yeah, what I did
You got
was,
a whole cow in there?
Yeah, they had me load up everything into 2 things. One of them's called Monarch, which I think is a paid app. Rocket Money, which I don't think is a...
Oh, I just brought that up.
Oh, yeah. You can put all your stuff in there. And let me tell you...
That's what you have?
Just yesterday, just killing stuff that I don't use. I have saved $200 a month, but
That's amazing.
I'm also ashamed that I was just wasting that.
But do you have to have somebody
Right.
do that for you, or like, can I just get Rocket App and do it myself?
Well, what you do is, I forget how each one works, but you just kind of put in your bank account and it looks at all your outgoing stuff. Or
I don't have access to any of that stuff.
Or if you have a credit card that you put
you need
things
help,
on.
Johnjay.
So a lot of mine was going through PayPal. You know, it was kind of automatic. So I'm like, I don't even think about it.
I had my wife go to the barber with me so she could pay.
Yeah, I think Blake would have to set it up for you guys.
I don't know any of that stuff.
But I recommend using one of those. I mean, they're not advertising either one of them. I'm just saying Monarch is really good for your family, and I think Rocket Money is really good too if you just want to save a couple of bucks.
What about the coach? Where's the coach? Is the coach a person that came to your house, or is it like
no?
a Zoom?
You just jump online with her. Name's Ashley. I can put up her.
You jump online with? I'm out.
Yeah, it's like a little FaceTime.
Then you wouldn't have to
thing.
leave your house.
Yeah, but I'd rather come over. I'd rather talk to a person. I don't want to type.
Oh, maybe you could arrange that.
No, I don't want to. I'm fine. I'd rather.
And Blake's fine.
Yeah, she could.
Well, she's probably got it all wired.
No, but I know we have all these apps that we're not using. I know that.
Well, I was charged with being a compulsive vitamin buyer. That's what I was. And I think that's been true for many years here, as you guys know.
Well, you got to stay healthy. You got to stay healthy, man.
Well, I got
Speaking of money finance and spending, Payton, what did you spend money on?
Oh my goodness. So Francesca's, it's a like little boutique that you can find in the malls. They had like a warehouse sale and it was 70% off. 70% off. Like that's like unheard of. Come on now. And so I go through and I ordered $700 worth of clothing items. $700 worth. I didn't spend $700, but that's like 70% off.
Yeah, okay. I was like,
So
oh,
it
I
was
thought you
like-
spent $700. I'm like, that's like $2,100 worth of stuff, right?
No.
Is it? But is
Maybe
it though?
even more.
Oh, so
I don't
is
know.
your math that
Probably not.
fast?
But yeah, that's
I don't know
before
if that's
the
right.
discount.
Okay, I was going to
That
say.
was before the discount. I ended up spending like with tax, I think like $148 or
You
something.
got
crazy
$700
like
worth
that.
of stuff?
$700
Clothes?
worth of clothes.
Wow.
And so I finally got my package yesterday, and all of them are so cute. Like, I'm
Good.
so happy with my purchases, but like, I literally have no room for $700 worth of clothes in my closet.
But what, you went to the mall?
No, I
No, it was
ordered it
online.
online.
Oh.
It was like one day, and Payton was like, Kyle, Francesca's is having a sale. And I'm like, I can't spend any money right now. This is terrible. This is when the sales happen. When it's like, no, the holidays has happened. And she's like, my cart's so full right now.
So you got it all, and you have all this, like, what is, like, shirts, pants, jeans?
Yeah, I got a couple of pairs
Blouses.
I got a couple pairs of jeans. I got
Every
a few
time I say the word blouse,
dresses.
Kyle always laughs.
Who says blouse?
I know,
My
right?
dad. My
I
dad
don't
used to say
wear
blouse.
blouses. I got some like winter jackets.
You gotta do a
'cause I'm gonna be
fashion
in the
show.
Cold soon.
You got to do a trunk trial. What did you say? What did you,
Yeah, you
try-on
need to
haul?
do a try-on haul.
I know, and I've yes.
This is my Francesca's haul. I'm Payton.
Yeah.
Here's what I got.
Do it. You do that, and I'll do it in my trunk.
Okay, I'm going to have to bring
You got
it
the
in
new
here
camera.
because
You got to do this.
I was going to do it at my house, and, like, I don't have, like, a area I could do it. Like, my house is too messy. I can't expose myself.
I can't expose myself.
You don't have a
I
clean
feel that.
wall.
You got to be careful on what's in the background.
Exactly, yeah. I'm going to literally bring this big old box in here and just do it in, like, a media room.
Come on, you got to do it.
I will.
If you do it and then show me how to do it, I'll do it with all the hoodies I have in my trunk in my back seat.
All right, I'll work on it.
All right.
Yay.
Okay, let's switch gears a little bit. It's time for War of the Roses. You going to patch her through? We're going to talk to Mia real quick. Mia, so what's going on with you?
So I think my husband has a female gym buddy that he's not telling me about.
Okay. All right. Does that sound like we should take this case, Kyle?
I think we usually should take the cases.
We should take the cases?
I think this is a good case.
Let's take the case. War of the Roses is next with Johnjay and Rich.
Slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. Slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me.
Not only do you need to know if they're cheating, you deserve to know the truth. War of the Roses, right now with Johnjay and Rich.
Johnjay and Rich, time for War of the Roses. Good morning, Mia. Who is cheating on you? Who do you think is cheating on you?
Well, my husband. It's just that I feel like something's been off lately, and I just can't get out of my head. He works these long shifts, and then after he spends hours at the gym. And at first I thought, okay, he's like really into working out. And then I just started getting this gut feeling that there was more to it. So one night I decided I'm going to drive by the gym, just see if his car is there. And sure enough it was. So he wasn't lying. He's at the gym. But then I saw someone walking out with him, and she just looked way too friendly with him. And I don't know if I'm just overthinking it and I've like made this big thing in my head, but I just can't shake the feeling that something's going on. And I hate the idea of not trusting him because he's a good guy. I would never think this of him, but at the same time, I don't want to be the last to know if he's been lying to me. I just like need to know now. You know, if he's cheating, I just want him to tell me, because living with this like gray area and this uncertainty is like making me literally crazy.
I would lose my mind if I saw my boyfriend walking out of the gym with another woman.
Totally. I would be like out of the car and be like, who's this? Would you like to introduce me?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
what are you doing at the gym? You don't work out. Shut up. That's not the point.
You have some serious self-control, Mia, because me and Kyle both would have been right there interrogating. Who are you?
What if they just walk out at the same time?
Why are you talking to her?
People talk.
You could have held the door open.
Not here for it.
I'd still do it.
Not here for it. Yep.
And also on top of it, she's got that gut feeling, which is the worst feeling. It's just in a relationship, I don't know if there's a worse feeling than feeling like they're cheating on.
I guess the best case scenario is they were both in the same class and only sort of know each other from the class and we're just walking out at the same time.
That's what you would hope.
That's
right?
best case. But the gut feeling, that's what we're here for.
Did he see you, Mia?
No, he didn't
Okay.
see me. I don't think he has any idea that I have been speculating and like feeling this way. So I think it's totally off his radar.
Okay.
But I just can't shake this feeling. I don't know.
Well, did you watch them when they said goodbye? Was there a kiss goodbye? Did he kick up his
No,
back
there
leg?
was no kiss. She just, and again, maybe I'm reading into it. Maybe she's just a really flirty person. But like my hairs went up when I saw it. Like she was just way too friendly with him for my liking.
Okay, what's your husband's name?
My husband's name is Jackson.
How long you guys been married?
So we've been together like 7 years. We've been married for 4.
All right, so we'll get Jackson on the phone. We're going to see who he sends flowers to, you or mystery gym woman. All right, so you're sure you want to do this? 7 years of marriage. You want us to do it live on the air, okay?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to call him next. We're in the middle of War of the Roses. You got Mia, who is married to Jackson, 7 years. She thinks he could be cheating. She's got the little hairs on the back of her neck going up. She's got a certain vibe. He's been acting kind of weird, coming home late, doing these shifts, and then he's spending all this time at the gym. She went to the gym, hid out. So she's spying on her husband as he walks out of the gym and sees him walking out with another woman, a little too friendly, she said. So, is he cheating? We're going to find out. Does he send the flowers to Mia or somebody else? Are you ready, Kyle?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi there. Is Jackson available?
Yeah, this is he.
Perfect. Hi, Jackson. My name is Colby. I'm with the new company. We're called J&R Flowers. Remember that? That's what the whole point of this conversation. Something really cool for you is you've been chosen to be a micro influencer, which basically means you get to send our most romantic bouquet of roses. It's a dozen red roses, comes in a beautiful crystal vase. And you get to do that totally free. And kind of all we ask in return is that you post about J&R Flowers on whichever social media platform you use the most. So we get a little bit of marketing out of it, and that's why you get to send it totally free.
Oh, that's super cool. Glad I was lucky enough to get the call.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool marketing campaign for us. So like I said, it is our most romantic. It's our pure passion bouquet, and we can get it actually sent out today. I don't need any credit card information or anything like that, but we'll send the roses out with just a little card. And I usually tell people this is your chance to personalize it. They're already pretty sexy on their own, so just on the card, you let me know the message, whether it be fun or flirty. Some people get a little dirty. Don't be shy. I've kind of seen it all over the years. Let me know the message, and then we can go name and address and get them sent out today.
Okie dokie. To my love, you light up my life more than words can say. Forever grateful to you.
That's really sweet. Forever grateful to you. Okay. And do you want a love, Jackson, at the end, or?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Love Jackson.
Okay, perfect. And then who did you want me to address this to?
My wife, Mia.
Mia, she should love these.
I have to jump in here. Jackson, it's your wife. I've been sitting here all day thinking you're out there cheating on me. You've been working these insane shifts, and then you disappear to the gym for hours, and you never said a word about it. So what am I supposed to think?
Well, I'm so confused. But, honey, what?
Let me tell you what's going on really quick. You're on the radio. You're on the Johnjay and Rich radio program on War of the Roses. Mia thought you were cheating. You want to tell him why, Mia?
Yes. You've been working so much, and then you go to the gym for so many hours, and I just thought, I just had this feeling that maybe there was someone else, and you've been distant. I've been stuck here wondering if you're sneaking around behind my back. Something doesn't feel right.
Wait, what? Honey, you thought I was cheating? I've been training someone at the gym. She's a client, Mia, nothing more.
A client?
You're training someone?
You're training someone? A client?
Yeah.
Training someone?
A client?
Wait.
Yeah.
You're spending hours at the gym with some woman?
Is that your job? Are you a trainer?
I do. No. I come from a training background. I do this.
I come from a land down under. Wait, sorry.
Wait, so you took on a new client for a job that you used to have and didn't tell your wife about it?
How long has this been going on?
I didn't think it was. I genuinely didn't think there was anything to worry about. This person asked for help.
Come on.
And I said, what are you talking? I'm getting paid for this. What do you mean, come on?
Why wouldn't you tell your wife?
Then you tell your wife.
Yeah.
If you're just at the gym and you're helping somebody with their form, then okay, no big deal. But if you're meeting them every Tuesday and training them.
I've done this before. I literally have never even thought this was something that she would care about. She doesn't seem to really take an interest in this before when I had a steady job as a trainer. So I didn't think this was anything to really even... I didn't think it was noteworthy.
She doesn't even know that you've got a little side hustle? Whether it's a girl or a guy, your wife doesn't even know about it?
I've told her about this in the past, and she's just nothing. So I didn't think there was anything to talk about this time around.
People and men. You're telling me you've been alone with this woman, and you never had the thought to tell me about that. How is that not a big deal? I feel like you're hiding something.
No, I'm not. This is what I do. I train this person at a gym. I've never done anything inappropriate. We keep it above board. We're always in public. It's not like I'm going to her house and training her personally. We do this in the open.
But you've been sneaking around, spending time with another woman, and I'm just supposed to trust that. Oh, it's nothing. I mean, you're spending more time with her than you do with me, Jackson. That just doesn't sit right with me.
Was it me sneaking around when it was with, a 60-year-old guy who's got lower back pain? Like,
Yeah, but you told me about that. Why did you
It is if you were fooling around with that guy, then it would be cheating, yes.
I mean, he did send the roses to you.
That is true.
It was like there wasn't, I don't know what his client's name is, but it wasn't like he picked her, which is a good thing, right?
He's guilty of bad communication at this point.
Really bad choice on the communication there, I think.
Yeah, you got to
Pass
tell
the
him.
initial test, but
Right. You got to tell them everything, dude. You got to tell them everything. One of the things with women, you have to over communicate.
Yeah.
You got to.
Otherwise, we will find out. We will jump to the conclusion.
She saw him walking out of the gym. That must have made her feel terrible. Don't you feel terrible that you made her feel terrible?
Well, yeah, I feel terrible. I didn't know my wife was going to spy on me and think I'm cheating on her. But, honey, I genuinely, I didn't mean to make you feel this way. I should have told you, yes, I'm sorry. You mean everything to me. Okay? So I don't want you to feel like this.
All right.
I don't know if an apology is going to fix this, Jackson. You have some serious explaining to do. This just isn't about the gym anymore. It's about trust. And I'm starting to wonder if I can trust you.
I feel like you guys could use some counseling.
yeah.
Oh, we have a counselor on the phone. Yeah, we got to get the counselor's opinion.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, very good. In the meantime, while we get the counselor on our phone, hopefully the counselor's listening to everything. Would you guys like to hear a personal trainer joke?
Sure.
Since you're a personal trainer, I've been waiting for the right time on this show to drop this joke.
I'm sure Mia and Jackson are thrilled, but yes, okay.
Because Jackson's now a personal trainer, right?
He's in the gym a
On the
lot.
side.
Yeah. Right? Oh, not that joke, but that's a good joke.
And are you in
The
the
last
gym
gym I was in moved to Miami. This is a very specific. Did you hear that Elton John has a rabbit that likes to work out?
Elton John has a rabbit that likes to work out.
It's a little fit bunny. It's a little fit bunny. Oh, yeah, little Elton John jokes.
I feel like that one was just for you and Rich.
No, there's 1% of the people that are laughing right
No,
now.
you're probably right.
Elton John was on the news just a month ago.
Got an eye problem.
Yeah, and he was in the news a year before that for his last concert. All right, anyway, we're going to get that counselor on. Maybe she'll just talk about my jokes. All right, Mia, Jackson, you guys, why don't you hang up, turn on the radio, and listen to the counselor?
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, let's see what the counselor says. We might need to get you back on. Hold on. All right, that's War of the Roses. Johnjay and Rich. Johnjay and Rich. So we're giving away Morgan Wallen tickets like twice this morning. Should we play the game now? We got a Morgan Wallen game. Nick, are you hosting this game? Are you hosting it? All right, let's play right now. We need a contestant, 877-937-1047 to play our Morgan Wallen game. Hello, Stephanie.
Hi.
Well, you got through.
I know. I'm so happy.
All right. This is for Morgan Wallen tickets. And by the way, as far as I know, Rich, Payton, Kyle, and I have no idea what this game is.
None whatsoever.
This is from the mind of Nick. What game are we playing, Nick?
You guys are welcome. We're playing the Morgan game. All the answers to this, somebody has the name Morgan in it.
Okay.
Think of all the famous Morgans you know, you guys. Think of them all.
Okay.
I'll give you just a fair warning. This is very hard. And there are way less Morgans, famous Morgans, than I kind of anticipated. So,
so you came up with the game title and then had to hunt for clues?
Yeah. So it's going to go great. We are going to start with Johnjay.
My dark passenger is like a trapped coal miner, always tapping, always letting me know it's still in there, still alive.
Dexter Morgan.
Dexter Morgan is correct from the show Dexter. So it could be anywhere in entertainment, guys.
For shizzle.
Just be super ready. Rich.
I'm just looking for some information about Morgan.
I'm just looking for some information about Morgan. Morgan Fairchild.
Okay, Morgan Fairchild. That, according to Google, that's the second most popular Morgan in the world. You're wrong.
Don't be an idiot.
We were looking for the 2016 classic Morgan.
Wow.
It's a movie named Morgan.
Wow.
Anya Taylor-Joy was in it. Anyway, Payton.
There is a mysterious ritual that dates back thousands of years.
Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman!
For shizzle.
Johnjay on the board. Payton on the board. Well, Stephanie, it wasn't your turn, so sorry.
Oh my God.
Kyle.
This is how my younger brothers talk about me, and I still beat them at arm wrestling.
Morgan.
I got it.
Sir Morgan.
Sir Morgan. Very close. British man is what you're looking for?
Pierce Morgan.
Pierce Morgan. Nice try, Kyle.
There are a lot of Morgans.
Pierce Morgan.
Don't be an idiot. You just wait for round 2. Stephanie, it's your turn.
Yeah, I know you've been worrying about me.
Morgan Wallen.
That, you know what, guys, that was Morgan Wallen.
For shizzle.
Steph.
Okay, so after one round,
was
Johnjay's
so
technically in the lead.
hard.
He did steal. He did steal the Pierce Morgan. So we're gonna go to round 2. Johnjay's gonna start.
I love you 3000.
Oh my God, I Love You 3000. That's the daughter from. Are you giving me the actress's name?
No, you're gonna work it out though.
Yeah, this is the Iron Man daughter.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was Tony Stark.
Okay.
Morgan. Is that the daughter's name? Is Morgan? The character? Morgan?
For Morgan Stark.
Morgan Stark.
From Avengers Endgame. I told you.
Tony
It's
Stark had a kid.
super good.
Did you see the movie?
I did. I fell asleep.
Oh, well, he has a
long.
kid in the movie.
And it was towards the beginning. So,
I fell asleep pretty early on.
Atta girl. Rich.
This round, Texas doozy. Face cards are wild. 3's a jinx. 5s are 2s.
Oh my gosh.
Johnjay Steele.
Oh,
Dang
no.
it.
I know, I can see his
Oh, no.
face.
I thought this is the most popular
Let me
Morgan
get
according
it.
to the internet.
Dang it,
Yeah.
Steele.
More popular than Morgan.
Comedian. He got hit by a Walmart truck.
Come on.
Why can't I think of his name right
This
now?
is the best Morgan.
I'll give you a hint. Part of it's Morgan.
Yeah. No, I'm out.
Oh
Go
my
ahead, steal it.
gosh.
Okay.
Johnjay, do you want it?
Yeah, I called Steele before
I know
you.
you did, but it was in my head first.
Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan. Good job.
You know, I got in my own head because I thought you were going to give me a money clue, and I was going to be ready with Morgan Stanley.
Oh, wow. What does the next question?
Oh, boy. Yeah, well, okay. Thanks a lot, Rich.
You didn't use Morgan Stanley.
Hey, Payton.
I'm Corey. I'm 16 and I'm going to Atlantic City to see an R-rated movie.
That sounds like the little girl Morgan from Drake and Josh.
Okay, Morgan is correct. Of course, everybody in the room at once. 1, 2, 3. Morgan Matthews from Boy Meets World.
Okay, I was pretty close with the A with the
So random.
show.
Okay, so.
That was a tough one.
All
I don't
right.
think anybody watched Boy Meets World.
I
did. Love that show.
feel
Oh,
like
I thought that was the Girls Meets World. Never mind. Forget
Okay.
anything I just
Anyway, so we're gonna move. We're gonna move on to Kyle.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan and 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 Morgan.
Morgan.
Is it John Morgan from John Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan?
Yeah, I would have accepted John Morgan or the law offices of Morgan and Morgan. Okay, good job,
What's
Kyle.
that from?
From it's a commercial.
That's a real commercial?
Yeah, I mean I mashed them together.
Oh, you
So
made that.
the-
Oh,
yeah,
it
so-
sounded like I thought it was like a Saturday Night Live sketch.
No, it's just. Hey, welcome to my break, guys. Stephanie, good luck. You could win it here.
I'ma need some whiskey glasses. If I wanna make it
Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen is correct. Way to go.
All right.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Yeah, Stephanie, you win. You're going to go see Morgan Wallen. Congratulations.
I had a tiebreaker, too. You
You
guys
got
want to
it.
play the tiebreaker?
Yeah.
Just in the room?
Name is your buzzer.
Okay.
What? What'd you say?
She said it's a tiebreaker, Morgan
Oh.
Wallen.
I was already stealing.
Oh,
She was
okay, let's
ready.
see.
Okay, go ahead. Rich, do you see it there? Okay.
The rules of physics don't apply to her because she's Mariah Carey.
Morgan.
Okay. Morgan is correct.
Morgan Smith, Mariah Carey's voice coach.
Okay. You're
Morgan
right.
style pizza.
She does. Morgan.
Morgan.
We were looking for Morgan Carey.
Who's that?
Mariah Carey's brother is
Oh,
named
really?
Morgan.
Oh, really?
I didn't know she had
Yeah.
a brother. That's great.
So that tells you how far down I had to go here.
Rich gave you two, actually. Morgan Stanley and Morgan Fairchild.
I know.
Tough one. So I don't know how you do clues for either of those.
Yeah,
But
well,
Go well.
anyway. Way to go, guys.
This is great. That was
what,
fun.
what a good game.
Yay,
Job,
Stephanie.
Nick.
Whoever
Okay.
put that together is really talented.
Stephanie, hold on. You get the tickets. Hold on.
Thank you.
All right. In fact, we were giving away another pair of tickets less than an hour from now. So you got to keep listening. Hey, I've been dying to find out. The other day we went and got a drip. The whole show went to Prime IV and we got vitamin drips, right? And because I couldn't get there till 1, you guys went and had some fun at a golf course, right?
We did because the Open is next week, and so we're like trying to be all topical. And Payton and Jenna and I came up with the idea of going out to a golf course to do some TikToks. And Jenna actually has another job at a golf course. And so she's like, I got the in. And so we go up and we're at this golf course, which we have no business being at because it's like one where they have members.
A fancy one.
It was very fancy. Had no business being there.
And she had worked it out with like the golf pros that like, hey, if you go out to hole 10, there was like a freeze warning this morning. And so nobody should be out there yet. You should have plenty of time before the golfers make their way all the way over to hole 10. And so we're like, perfect. So we take the golf cart out and we go to this hole that has like a sand trap in it. And we are about to start filming a TikTok. I'm in the sand trap. Peyton's there with the camera. Jenna's there with the camera. And we're sitting there and like, hold on a second. There's a golf cart coming over this hill. There's another golf cart coming over this hill. We're like, what do we do? We're like, forget it. Let's just do the video. And this guy rolls up to us and he's like, we're going to be hitting here in just a second, so watch out. We're like, oh, okay. Because we were like, we wanted to be really respectful and be like, we'll stay out of the way. If anyone comes around, of course we'll move. And we're just sitting there staring at them like idiots, right? They tell us they're hitting, and so we move aside, right? They pass through. And then we just proceed to try to be influencers in the wild and do these videos on the course.
Are you doing videos that like you copy? Are you just making stuff up, or are you guys doing like golf videos, copying golf?
We
videos?
did like
Payton went and found like a whole bunch of like golf videos that we did, and they're so funny. I love them.
We did a Family Guy one, and it's Peter and Lois, and it's so funny.
We're excited to drop them next week.
I'm really excited
in
to
honor
drop
of the
them.
Open.
Are you guys in golf clothes?
Well, kind of. I mean, we're in like leggings and like quarter zips. Like,
yeah, that's kind of golfy.
We're
golf in that.
Yeah.
Like
If you watch Wags to Riches, they're not wearing leggings.
You know what's so funny?
What?
is
Thought about it.
Their outfits are so cute because I saw.
Wags to Riches.
I literally just saw this morning they like gave me the ad for it or whatever, and I was like, those are really cute
I
golf
know.
outfits. But it was too cold.
Yeah.
It was too cold to wear those cute little skirts and the sleeveless.
Oh yeah, they are in Miami, I think, in that episode. That's what.
And we thought about it. We thought about doing cute little outfits, but it wasn't going to work for me. But I had to walk away from the members because, like, it's one thing if you want to say, like, excuse me, we're about to hit here. But, like, just because you're a member doesn't mean you got to be rude.
That's right, Peyton.
Like, they were so mean. Like, I had to walk away
Well,
because I was like, I'm about to
what
pop
are these
off.
people doing here?
I know.
I was like, it's so funny because my husband's a golfer, and I was telling Peyton and Jenna, I go, Scott would be so mad at us right now. Like, the disrespect of the course. Like,
When he sees the videos, he's gonna be like, shame.
Like, before we left, Kyle's like, I have to rake.
I literally, because I stepped in the sand trap, and if you don't rake after you go in a sand trap, that's like golf 101. You just don't do that. And so I was really concerned about raking the sand, but I did rake the sand, and it was beautiful.
You know that documentary I told you guys to watch called Don't Die?
Yeah.
With the guy that wants to live to be 1,000,000 years old. He does a photo shoot in the documentary with his son and his dad, and they're wearing jeans and I want to call it a wife beater, but I know that's not politically
Tank
correct.
top?
Yeah, a white tank top.
Yeah.
And the three of them are in their jeans, barefoot, with the white tank top, in a sand trap.
Weird.
Posing. It's the weirdest photograph.
But also, he seems like a very weird guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, he's not like he's a golfer. Like, he's just in this thing.
Maybe
You watch
that's a
that?
metaphor. A sand trap's a metaphor for something.
It was weird. All right, we got entertainment news on the way. The latest on Travis Kelce, Logan Paul, Khloe Kardashian. So much to get to. That's next.
Microphone check.
Tap in and say what's up. Check. Open the free iHeartRadio app and tap the talkback mic to send Johnjay and Rich a message now.
I understand Jake's got a little dirty little secret. What's up, Jake?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good. What's up?
So what I got about 5 years ago, my sister, she brought home a guy, and none of the family liked her. Nobody, none of our friends, nobody liked him. So I, about a year ago, decided to pay a colleague at work $100 because I knew what bar he went to every day after work. And I paid her $100 to go and hook up with him and then take pictures and post them on the internet.
And she did it? She had no problem doing that for $100?
The coworker? No, she had no problem doing it for $100.
Did she sleep with him?
No, she just gave him a kiss, but it was enough to end the relationship.
And she posted the pictures online?
Yep.
Wow.
And a friend of a friend accidentally, in quote, discovered it.
Where do you post them online? Is there a special website for that? Anybody know?
Just social media.
Okay.
So she posts him like, I hooked up with this guy. That's it?
Yeah. So it was basically, she posted it as had a great night out. And had a great night out. And one of them was with her kissing my sister's boyfriend.
All right, man.
I mean, you did your sister a favor because if he was willing to kiss someone when he was out, you just exposed his dirty ways.
Yep.
That's true.
Payton, what's the dish on Alabama Barker?
Oh my gosh, there's so much tea with Alabama Barker and Bad Baby. Like, so much drama. So basically, Bad Baby, she has her baby daddy, her boyfriend, whatever. And apparently, Alabama Barker stole Bad Baby's man. So Bad Baby made a diss track about Alabama Barker and basically said that she hooked up with Soulja Boy and got pregnant by Tyga, Kylie Jenner's ex-man, which is her sister's ex. I don't know. You guys, I don't know. It's
All
so
right.
complicated.
Your sister's
All right.
stepmom?
Thank you. Sister, stepmom. Thank you.
Okay, how about Travis Kelce? What's new with him?
Travis Kelce, if you don't know, has been nominated for one of our iHeartRadio awards. He was told this by his brother on their podcast.
Travis is nominated for the iHeartRadio Favorite Surprise Guest Award for his Eras Tour cameo.
What?
What does this even mean?
I'm up for an award? No way.
For your Eras Tour cameo as you and his walkout with Pat Mahomes and Chris Jones at the Morgan Wallen concert.
Oh, nice. I got 2?
There's an award for just showing up and having a good time?
Jason, don't be mad because you're not in it, all right?
That's totally what it was.
He's having a year.
He's a little jelly.
Hey, what about, I keep hearing about the Bruno Mars, that he owed $50 million in gambling, and that's why he's performing at the MGM. Do you know if that's true or not?
I mean, he certainly joked about it at one of his shows the other day.
Your voice going?
I think so. He had to extend his residency because of it and then made a little joke about it. But then I'm like, everyone's going, oh, interesting. So he wrote about it. He said, the first artist to reach 150 million monthly listeners in Spotify history. Keep streaming. I'll be out of debt in no time. Right? And everyone's like, okay, well, does that mean you really are in debt? Are you admitting it? Or is it like a nod to? But I'm kind of like, isn't there some truth in joking sometimes?
Yeah, I think there probably
sometimes,
is.
not always.
Truth in
not
joking
always.
is what they say.
He does put on an awesome show. I mean, he's one of my favorite live performers ever.
Have you heard his new song? Like, we could probably never play on the radio.
Oh, yeah, the one with
Sexy Red.
Yeah, that's the one for the strippers, right?
Yeah. It's
They
freaking
wanted
amazing.
it to be a
It's amazing.
strip club anthem.
It's an amazing song. But Payton, Stephen A. Smith, who, by the way, I saw him get interviewed last week on something, and I thought he was fantastic. But what's Stephen A. Smith saying about LeBron?
Yeah, well, he came out and he basically begged LeBron to stop letting his son Bronny play in the NBA because he says that we all know he's not ready yet. And I actually found that really interesting because I was watching the Lakers game the other day and Bronny was in the game with LeBron, and I was like, I thought he was on the G League.
He goes back and forth.
That's what my boyfriend Kadeem said. He was like, they basically pull up guys from the G League all the time. So, I mean, they're just trying to get his feet wet. I mean, whatever.
They're getting him ready. I don't know, like what. Yeah,
Stephen A. Smith is a hater.
We kind of know he's a nepo baby, right? The reason was they made history, right? And they put him on the team, but it's still kind of cool to watch. And how else are they going to get him ready?
Exactly, which is the whole point of the G League. So it's like,
Also,
all right.
if you're really going by the rules, it's not up to LeBron.
Right,
not up
it's
to
the
LeBron,
coaching staff,
right?
Or maybe it is.
Right. That's what we know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, Khloe Kardashian.
So a few years ago, I think it was like 5 now, I can't believe it was 5 or 6, when Khloe Kardashian had her daughter True, there was insane amount of drama when Tristan Thompson cheated on her, literally, right before she had their daughter together. And then, like, when the show came out the next season, we're like, wait a minute, she let Tristan be in the delivery room 2 days after finding out he cheated on her. And so now she's kind of like for the first time opening up about that experience. And I just feel for her.
Tristan had an affair. It was public and I gave birth 48 hours later. And people were like, do you want him in the hospital room when you're giving birth? And it was my first baby. And I said, I do. And I said, it's going to be hard for you guys, but let's all act like this didn't happen because my daughter's going to see this home footage one day. I was thinking for my daughter, true. And I get sad if I ever see myself because I can tell I'm blank and it's an out-of-body experience. I just went into autopilot and I just went into, I'm not here. I was not present.
She says, I just did what I had to do. My body had the baby. And then, Tristan went his separate way. And that was that. But
that's too much for one person to take at one time.
And I was like, wow, that's just like the first sacrifice as a mother she made for her daughter.
Right. Absolutely. And honestly, I think Khloe Kardashian is the most real Kardashian, right? Because at the end of the day, her man cheated on her and then ended up cheating again and having a baby with another woman, right? He's terrible, Tristan Thompson. But like, we all say we wouldn't let them in, and you would never. You don't know until you're in that position.
And she's doing it for her daughter, which is it's so selfless and it's so.
She's the realest Kardashian.
Good parenting,
hands down. Yeah.
Johnjay and Rich, shoot us a text JJR and whatever you want to say to 96893. We'll text you back. Johnjay and Rich, the guy who owns Goodwill, is a millionaire. I didn't know there's a guy that owns Goodwill. I just thought Goodwill was like a thing.
He's a nice guy. He's good. Goodwill.
Boy, all these text messages about Morgan Wallen. Anyway, we'll be doing that in minutes, so keep listening.
Says Goodwill is a non-profit organization and is not owned by anyone. Instead, it's run by local volunteer boards of directors.
Well, then whoever you are, 602, you're wrong.
But that's just Google. You can, there's...
Here, 727 number, Christmas wish. Anyway, I was telling you guys the other day that I had a couple of stories to tell you, and I told you one already. The other one was this, it's not really going to go anywhere, but it's just something I want to say. So when I work out, I have this friend, trainer Chris. He trains me. There's another trainer there. Her name's Alyssa. And a couple of years ago, she met a guy, I think it was on a dating app, whatever, and they were just going back and forth. And then he sends a nude picture. And she's like, gross. Stops talking to him. A couple of years go by, and she just ghosted him. A couple of years go by, and he starts him, hey, man, how are you? So she's like, oh, hey, what's up? The reason I bring this up is because she showed me the conversation, and it just blows my mind, guys, how stupid they are, how gross they are. So they have this nice text conversation, and then he sends a selfie in the mirror, naked, but it's like right above the...
Gross.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's
gross.
like, right, it's like naked.
She didn't ask for it.
She's like, he's got the camera like this. You can see I've just been working out. And it's him. He's shredded. You can see he's got abs.
Yeah, but nobody wants unsolicited nude pics.
Right. And then she just ghosted. She shows me the conversation. He's like, did you not like the picture? And then silence. Hello? No?
Ew.
You want to go out to dinner? Like,
oh my gosh,
I
you're a
know.
weirdo.
So she was showing me that, and I was like, can I have the screenshot of that? I'd like to post it on my social media. And she's like, yeah, sure, you can. So I'm going to get it and post it. But I just couldn't believe that happened. And I thought, you know what? That must work for him sometimes.
Ugh.
Right? It must. Whenever you see, just like when guys go, that must work every once in a while. Because why
or
would
they're
they do
so
it?
stupid they don't know that it doesn't ever work, and they won't stop.
Right. One of these times, it's going to work.
And what's unfortunate is there's so many men out there like that.
Yeah, right. I know. All right, so Payton, what is the TikTok trend? Because I'm very familiar with it, but I know it was a trend.
So I'm scrolling on TikTok, and as I'm scrolling on TikTok, I like to look for like trends that we can do as a show, right? And so I came across this one trend, and I saw like 3 videos of it. And it was a trend, and it was called light as a feather, stiff as a board. And I was like, oh, interesting. And I'm watching it. And it's like basically you have someone sitting on a chair. And then you have like 2 people next to you on each side of the chair. And you try to lift them up. And then you can't lift them up. And then you do something with your hands where you put your hands over the head of the person sitting on the chair. And then you like, after the second time, you're able to like lift them up. And they become light as a feather. So I'm like, oh, this would be such a fun trend for us to do on the show. So I go and I click on like the sounder. Because, it shows you all the rest of the videos. And the very first video is like, never play light as a feather, stiff as a board. This game summons demons like the Ouija board.
How?
Oh my gosh.
It's like,
wait,
because
go
it's
on.
supposedly like, didn't you guys do this as a kid?
100%.
Yeah,
I
but
know
except
exactly
we
what
would
you're
lay down. We
Right.
laid down. It's like you couldn't lift him up, like full hands, and then after you do it, it's like you're just fingers.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, whoa, you are light as a feather.
Yes.
You go up.
I think there's even a horror movie about it.
I have goosebumps right now. I
But
felt.
how does that summon anything?
I I don't know, Rich. I don't know, but
It's like a ritual.
It's like a ritual, right?
It's like the Hail Mary
basically
thing.
yeah,
or
or
whatever.
like the Bloody
Bloody
Mary.
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 Yeah,
Yeah,
you
Bloody
say
Mary.
like
Don't
Bloody
say
Mary in the mirror 3 times.
Don't do it.
No, you have to do it in the mirror, so you're fine.
Yeah, you have to do it in the mirror. But like I was like, I seriously almost just summoned demons to the studio.
There's probably a couple in here already.
Yeah, they're
Judging by all the lights that go on and off all the time, there's a
Yeah.
couple rolling around in here already.
And then I'm like, I don't like the paranormal stuff. Like, I won't watch a paranormal movie at my house because I feel like the energy of whatever those demons are going to come onto me or whatever. And I felt like the demon energy was coming through my phone, so then I couldn't sleep that night, and it was just a whole thing.
Oh no!
I'm with you on the movie thing.
I didn't do it, but I read it and I watched it.
I won't watch a demon movie, and there's a couple. There's I think 3 songs that I know of that are they're older songs, but whenever they come on the radio and I hear them, I refuse to listen to the full song because I feel that it's bringing bad energy.
I think that's a real thing. I
it
really
is?
feel like that's real.
The song thing?
Yeah, no, just the end, like the bad end. Like when you're
Yeah.
consuming that, you're inviting it. That's the way I feel.
So you know the song from Beck, "Loser"? Like it's a good song, and I won't listen to it because I don't. Then I think I become a loser.
Oh my gosh. What?
But I listen to part of it.
Do you guys remember?
Rich, you have it? No, you have it, Rich? You know the song? It's a good song.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know the song.
I'm sure we have it.
Hang on.
Who's there? Oh, I don't know.
No.
Do you guys remember when Insidious came out, the first one, and that song, Tiptoe by the Window, that song came out, and it's so creepy. If you watched Insidious, you know.
I didn't
But
watch
Grant
Insidious.
plays
It scared
it. Grant
me.
plays it all the time, and it scares the crap out of me. It's so scary.
That tracks with Grant.
And it's like this guy, and he like looks.
This song. Do you know the song? Do you know the song?
It's a different song.
Like, I think this song is so kick-ass,
Yeah,
but I
'cause-
refuse to listen to the whole thing.
The lyrics don't make any sense, though, other than the loser part.
That's all. I like this.
Did you guys just miss what happened? Grant just scared Payton. When you started that song and he walked in behind her, she literally jumped out of her chair. Her headphones jumped off of her head. It's okay, Payton.
That scared me.
What's up, Grant?
Wait, what song?
Loser
playing
by
Beck.
Beck.
Oh, in the time of chimpanzees, there was a monkey, dude.
Yeah.
That's my vibe, dude.
Yeah. This is totally Grant music.
But I refuse to listen to the whole song. Hey, turn on that. I don't want to be a loser. Oh, you can hear the hook. He uses.
Shotgun wedding and a stain on my shirt. Don't believe everything that you breathe. They get a parking violation and a maggot on your sleeve. So shave your face with some mace in the dark. Saving all your fruit stands and burning down the trailer park. Yo,
Cut it.
cut it. So
So, my superstition is I have to punch out to another radio station and punch back to this station so I miss part of the song. If I hear the whole song, then I become a loser. And there's 2 other songs like that I refuse to listen to all the way because of that. And they're more obscure than this song. But at any rate, we're going to play a game. We got Morgan Wallen tickets. We need a contestant. 877-937-1047. What are we playing?
We're going to play Remember the Time today. Oh, and it's a tough one. In fact, it's so tough, I put a few more clues in there so you have a little more time to remember the time. But I think this is going to be one of the more challenging ones in the last couple of rounds.
Rich, you said it's going to be heavily debated.
Heavily debated, but I promise you, our research department, and that is, I just asked Nick, these all came out the same year.
Okay.
So we're all in the clear, but it's going to be heavily debated.
Let's see if Ashley here. Ashley, tell me, are you a fan of Morgan Wallen?
The biggest fan ever.
What's his
And
middle
my
name?
husband is so tired of my obsession. So I was like, if I win these tickets, then I don't have to tell him to buy them, and he'll go with me because he is a little bit over my obsession. So
What's Morgan Wallen's middle name?
I don't know that. I really don't.
You just said you're the biggest fan.
I am, but I think it's like
Carl.
I don't know.
It's Carl.
Is it really?
Morgan
Carl Wallen.
No wonder he leaves that off his album covers. It doesn't really flow that
All
way.
right, Ashley, we're going to play Remember the Time. Do we need to explain anything?
Just all kinds of stuff.
I know
Movies. It's movies.
I know this game.
Okay, well then you're ready to go. Let's remember the time.
Finding your happily ever after is tough.
It's important for you to know that this is not really who I am.
We have you down for 3 counts of public intoxication, theft, and disorderly conduct.
I'm sorry, disorderly conduct? Aren't there rapists and murderers out there?
When you are disorderly, you are a rapist of peace and quiet.
It's a little... Okay.
taking Lauren to dinner. You don't think she's going to be expecting something big, do you?
It's been 4 years, Johnny. You and me have been together for 27 years. Where's my ring? Huh? Where's my ring? What did all my fuzzy fingers? Where's my ring? Come on.
Knock it off.
All right, I'm just saying.
The National Football League presents the Bridgestone Super Bowl 46 halftime show.
Bunch of big clues in there. Can you get them all, and can you figure out what year it all happened, Ashley? What do you got?
So I really feel like it's 2012. The only thing that really stood out to me was Brianna and the movie Ted. And I remember I was pregnant with my son, so I think I want to say 2012.
Okay, Ashley says 2012. Johnjay, your move.
You know, all you got to do is Super Bowl math, because you said it was Super Bowl 46, and you just got to know what Super Bowl is happening in 2 weeks, which I don't know. It's XVUIIL.
LIX. Which one is it?
I know. So you just got to figure that out. But for me, for Ted, I'm just going 2016. I didn't understand. I didn't know the first clip. I felt like the first clip was maybe a Reese Witherspoon movie, but I don't know. So I knew Ted, Starships, and Rihanna. That's it.
Okay, Ashley says 2012. Johnjay says 2016. Kyle, your move.
This was a tough one. Just like Johnjay, I don't know what the Reese Witherspoon movie is. And then Nicki Minaj, Starships, Ted, Super Bowl 46, and we're at Super Bowl 50 something, maybe 54-ish, right? 54 minus 46. That's a lot of math. So was that 8 years? 8 years ago? 820? I don't know. I can't do the math in my head, but I'm going to pick 2013.
Okay. All right, Payton.
I only recognized Starships from Nicki Minaj, and then We Found Love, Rihanna. I didn't recognize literally any of those other clips. And I remember trying out for the 7th grade cheerleading team, and one of our warm-up songs was Starships. So I had to have been in middle school. And I was in middle school from like 2010, 11, and 12. So I'm going to go with 2011.
2011. Boy, you guys are all over the place. So when you say you didn't recognize the other clips, when the lady says, here's your Super Bowl halftime show, you're like, nope, I don't know what that is.
That's the clip we talked about.
We were all trying to go by that, but we don't know what Super Bowl number it is this year.
Super Bowl? This is LIX, Super Bowl Licks, if you will. Okay, so your clues in there was the Mindy Project Season 1. The Mindy Project with Mindy Kaling, Nicki Minaj in there, Ted, Madonna from the Super Bowl halftime show, Super Bowl 46, Calvin Harris. And we do have a winner amongst you four. You were right. It was very tough. But the year was 2012, which means Ashley's our winner.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're on Super Bowl 59.
59.
Anyone who doesn't know what LIX is, I had to Google it. Yay, Ashley, good job.
Yay, I'm so excited. Oh, my God.
All right, you get Morgan Wallen tickets. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, hold on. It's Super Bowl Licks? What is that?
LIX, Licks.
Oh, my God.
It's just Rich making up words again.
Actually, I stole that from a commercial where Gronk is like saying, join us for Super Bowl Licks. And I'm like, Gronk, it's 59. It's like, oh, cool.
Okay, listen to this text. You text JJR, whatever your message is, to 96893. This is from a 501 number. Johnjay and Rich, I hope this works. Love you guys so much. Been listening for years. With deep love, I have to say, how come you guys can't get the equipment fixed? I'll tell your boss for you. Why don't you do a donation for somewhere or something like the stuff you do for people in need, like Christmas Wish? Much love, Danny. Christmas Wish.
Danny's got a point.
I don't know. Our equipment falls apart all the time. I don't know why, man. I just don't know. Anyway, so shoot us a text about anything. You text JJR, whatever's on your message, to 96893. Kyle, what's coming up with 3 things we need to know?
I'll tell you what relationship woe is bad for your face. Next with Johnjay and Rich.
Johnjay and Rich. Kyle's got 3 things we need to know.
Yeah, researchers actually they did a study where they looked at almost 200 identical twins to see how they had aged differently due to like different lifestyles. So they looked at the damaging effects of smoking or bad diet, sun exposure, that kind of thing. All those things that we know kind of make you age a little bit quicker. And they had a surprising revelation in this study. They found women who had been divorced actually looked older than their married or single counterparts. So turns out divorce is bad for your face.
It ages you?
It can age you. And it probably has to do with the stress because we know stress actually can age you quicker. So I don't know if you could prevent that.
That makes sense. You guys know that podcaster, Bobby Alfoff, I think is her name? And she like basically does these like has no reaction to the people she's interviewing.
She interviews all the hip hop stars and she said pretends like she doesn't know who they are.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like kind of her whole little bit. And she just got divorced, and everyone's saying that she looks like 10 years older than she did when she first started.
Wow.
So that makes sense. And she's young. I think she's like 28, 29.
That stress. I guess the moral of the story is treat yourself to like self-care days and stuff like that to ease the stress. Whatever your healthy stress coping mechanisms are, embrace those and do those more.
Or stay in the unhealthy marriage for your face.
No, because I think your face will also be bad from the stress.
I can't do divorce. I don't want those wrinkles.
Right. So there is a cosmetic surgery that's gone viral on TikTok, and it's gaining in popularity according to different cosmetic surgeons. And they're like, listen, it's people get boob jobs if they'd like to enhance their chest area. They get liposuction if they want to get rid of fat. Why not change your eye color if you want to change your eye color? It's a cosmetic procedure for your eyes, changing brown eyes to blue, blue eyes to brown, whatever direction you want to go in. And it costs $12,000. It's $6,000 per eye. But they can literally change, like the darkest of dark brown eyes can go the lightest of light blue eyes and back and forth.
Didn't Tiny do that?
Who's that?
Like who's married to T.I.? Like Tiny? Like she has like icy blue eyes and it almost looks scary.
That's cool though.
I just don't want to mess with your eyes for a reason.
It's a little scary.
Maybe
and
just
it
do
is
one.
Very expensive too. But like I said, it's a trend that's growing in popularity in the cosmetic surgery world. So we are coming up. This Sunday is Groundhog's Day. I found this kind of fascinating because remember earlier this week I told you about the drama. PETA wants to do away with Punxsutawney Phil, the famous groundhog who predicts whether or not we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter or an early spring. They did a study and they actually ranked groundhogs for weather, predicting accuracy. Punxsutawney Phil didn't even crack the top 10.
What?
I think PETA did this study just to prove like the most accurate weather predictor of the bunch was found to be a Staten Island Chuck who accurately predicted the arrival of spring 85% of the time. So we need to find like this little groundhog and start using like go ahead. Punxsutawney Phil can like just rest. And if this little guy predicts it correctly 85% of the time, well, welcome home, Chuck. Sunday is your day. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Betty sent me a DM about the Jason Baldoni, Blake Lively stuff. Like she's all involved. Yeah. So I thought Betty could pop on the air. We get into it. Hi, Betty.
Hello.
So you were Team Blake, Team Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yes.
And now what?
I was. And as the lawsuit was filed, I started looking into the lawsuit. And as you look into it, there's a lot of messages that were sent from Blake. The one that really was crazy is the whole she's Khaleesi from some show, Game of Thrones.
Right.
And her dragons are Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift.
Right.
So she started, like, all these things started to come together, and I was like, first of all, I wasn't a big fan of Blake Lively. I really don't watch her movies. I love Ryan Reynolds. So I watch her movies because of him. So as it goes on, you start noticing that she has a pattern of how she moves and behaves when she's doing something.
Okay.
And the way she talks to people, the way she talks to interviewers and stuff like that. So that's where it started getting like, okay, I definitely don't like you anymore now.
Okay, so let me tell you what I heard. The most recent thing I heard, or another angle at this. So the movie was based on a book, and the Jason Baldoni guy bought the rights to the book. So the owner, the writer of the book, sold. Now, apparently, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively wanted to do the sequel. They want to own the rights to the sequel, but they can't.
On the right track.
Right? Okay, they can't because the author sold the rights to Jason Baldoni. But Justin, there is a clause in the contract that says the writer of the book can get the rights back if there is misconduct or sexual harassment involved.
Ooh.
A case of sexual harassment.
So now you think they had to file this so they could get the rights to do the sequel
so they
to
could
the
get
movie.
the rights to do the sequel to the movie.
Did the original movie do that well?
It did
that
not.
They think?
No, it did not. It wasn't a good movie. And supposedly, so it's not a good movie, but she's the one that was the director, basically, in that movie. Because they did his cut and her cut. The one that was released is her cut.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was his cut.
I'd like to see them back to back.
Yeah.
No. His wasn't cut. It wasn't released.
So he's the producer, but she's the director.
Right.
And so when you see them talking close on the set, they're discussing the scene while they're filming it, and she's given her idea, and he's given his idea. But it looks like they don't like each other, but it does look like they're into each other, which is kind of a dangerous chemistry, too.
Also, the whole dragon comment. I saw this blown up yesterday, that Taylor Swift was mad at Blake Lively because now she's being brought into this case, and because they said this Taylor Swift is my dragon, and now they're saying Blake Lively and Taylor Swift aren't friends anymore because of this whole lawsuit.
Well,
now
why would you use her as a weapon?
That's what Taylor Swift is
that's
saying.
Kind of annoying.
So Taylor Swift is like, why would you say this stuff about me? And now you brought me into this case.
Right.
So
Like, it's different if it's just like you and your homegirl and you're not super famous. But, like, when your homegirl's also super famous, you can't do that.
And your husband's super famous. Right.
I mean, like, that's probably the one thing Taylor Swift always has to worry about is people using her.
Right.
And the fact that she literally straight up said that she kind of was.
Right.
Yeah, I could see how that would definitely cause problems in the friendship.
Interesting. Well, Betty, thank you for sending that to me. Thank you for listening.
So that's why I really wanted Payton to do her criminal justice detective work on this.
I got you, Betty. I'll work on it.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality? High quality and immersive sound? A sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
There's an efficient way to get caught up on a lot of news. It's called The 7 from The Washington Post. It's a newsletter and podcast. Whether you're reading or hit play, you get 7 stories you need to know, and you can consume it all in just a few minutes. The 7 is out every weekday morning by 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'm one of the writers, and I host the show. Find The 7 podcast wherever you're listening. The newsletter link is waiting for you in the show notes.
Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost? While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you. Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit SCEducationLottery.com.